why do you get into the legalese of who is in office and who is not? Is it your responsibility supposed to be to respond to the request of the county assembly?
It's also my duty, Chairman, to obey the law.
What law are we talking about? Because the law I'm referring to is Article 229 of the Constitution of Kenya. And perhaps the governor might want to have a copy.
There were two.
And various public finance management principles in the Constitution, which requires you, having spent 5.8 billion Kenya shillings, to account to the people through the county assembly as a as a primary oversight institution. You see, Governor, this is why sometimes you have carried a huge delegation to Nairobi to discuss things that could have been discussed at the county assembly. I personally sometimes think that governors mnajiletea hizi shida. These are conversations that are best held in Keroka or the county assembly chambers. Now, it's emerging that you have refused to cooperate with the county assembly on the basis of, by the way, do you know who the clerk of the Senate is? The name of the clerk of the Senate?
I've heard of him, Nyangenya something.
Do you know whether he's validly in office?
I believe he's validly in office.
Do you even care to, it's neither here or there, isn't it?
Yes.
When he sends you a letter, you don't first go to the court to check whether he's validly in office.
No. This case of Nyamira is a bit unique. Chairman, I want you to listen.
Okay, please.
There are, up to now, two factions of the assembly, which are divided in the middle. So we have been getting summons from both. Until about a week ago, when the courts pronounced who is the legal clerk and the legal speaker, we were a bit divided. So it's a bit tricky. It's not that I can...
let me ask you, have you taken any law, any budget, any supplementary to the county assembly for consideration?
Yes.
During that time when the duration you're describing?
I took a supplementary to one faction which had been carried by court to approve. And they did approve.
Am I the only one who is lost?
There were two functions.
You can take your supplementaries to the assembly, but you cannot receive invitations to the assembly.
The invitations, when the invitations were being made, there was confusion as who is the legal speaker, because there were two speakers. One called Nyabaro, another one called Okero. So until the courts pronounced themselves, we were divided in between.
Members, this confusion seems infectious because now I am very confused. Anyone who has gotten the hang of it to help us here? Vice Chair?
The clerk wrote to the governor asking for responses to this audit report. The governor did not give that report because there are factions. But when you wanted your supplementary budget done, you chose to take it to one faction. If you are receiving correspondences from both factions, why didn't you elect the one that would take the responses of this audit report too? Because at least for budgets, you are taking to one faction. But for audit reports, you are taking to none. I'm really confused, just like the chair.
When they had asked for responses, the function which was writing, the clerk had been suspended. And he continued writing.
Was the Public Accounts Committee of the County Assembly affected in any way?
It was, because it was torn into two.
The Public Accounts Committee?
It was torn into two.
What do you mean? There are two Public Accounts Committees in Nyamira?
There are committees, one function from the committee, another one declined. And the courts, when the courts pronounced Okel to be the legitimate speaker and the clerk called Nyamora, then now we had to deal with the one function which was legal.
When was your supplementary budget presented to the one faction? When?
It was in December.
Was there a court order in December?
There was a court order, but it more.
No, when did the court make a pronouncement on this issue of who is
There
the
was a stay.
No, Governor. You know, don't play games here. Tell us.
I want my account attorney to answer those.
Order, Governor.
Yes.
When this pronouncement you have said, okay, when was it made by the court? It's a simple question.
Chair, allow me, Senator Omogeni, because you know what is happening here is that we are all now very confused, extremely confused. Chair, can you get someone in the room, maybe the MCS or I don't know who, to paint, Chair, protect me from the governor, to paint a picture of what is happening in Nyamira County. I was actually thinking that we are here for 2 minutes. It would appear like we'll be here for like 10 minutes, Chair. It would appear like there are 2 speakers, there are 2 clerks, there are 2 park committees. Can we get the pictures that we can, maybe even 2 governors, I don't know.
Even before the, Chair, if you listen carefully to His Excellency the Governor, I think he's too much involved in county assembly affairs. What is your interest?